Hey Virgo, this is your reading for the month of April 2021. So the way I like to do this is I start with visions or vision or whatever, and then I let you know, or yeah, and then tarot and then oracle cards from there. So as far as the vision I got from you, or not from you, for you, it was like this, I don't know, like this corner space, like this corner thing. And like you were on a corner, and it might have been you, it might have been just this concept of being on that corner, and then like it's almost like a diving board. Like you stand on it and you like jump. And I don't see you like jumping off per se, but it's the idea that you're jumping on the corner of this thing, and it's like a board thing, and you're not in unison though. Like it's not like a diving board where like you push down and then you jump up and it comes up, and it's not like that. You guys, it gets like out of sync with you sometimes because it's the leverage or the pullback or whatever from it isn't like equal to the way your timing is, so it gets like off timing. So yeah, so that's what I got for you. And then we will go ahead and look into the tarot cards and see what both tarot and oracle cards show as far as that goes. Last time I did more questions in it and I got more visions, and this time I kind of got not to do that. Just do the small vision and let the cards show the rest. Spirit, God, Universe, what do you have for Virgo for the month? Oh yeah, and this is the actual deck. Traditional manga tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. I think it's really beautiful in an understated way too. Yeah, what message do you have for Virgo for the month of April, especially in regarding the vision so far? And as usual, these are general for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. That's good. I think I'm just gonna do 3 in the middle right now. So, got the Magician card, the Tower card, Magician, Tower, and the Knight of Wands. So, it's interesting how this is the least colorful card, and it's like the destruction. And I mean, the Tower is really, it's the destruction of something you've held on to, that you've relied on, you know, a state of being or place in life, and it's the destruction, but ultimately, like, new comes from that afterwards. It gives room for a new beginning. And so the Magician already has all the elements. They have the cup, the wand, the sword, pentacle. So it's like they already have everything. They just have to make the decision or go forth with it and use what they have. And then Knight of Wands is, you know, it's movement, but it's creative, passionate. It's really fiery energy. I mean, it is fire, but it's fiery energy. It's, you know, going forward to this feistiness. I feel like in a way, what's creating this tower being destroyed is both of these. Is this energy of I gotta do it, and I have everything, and I'm just gonna use what I have in front of me. And then this energy of I'm gonna go for it. And that's what's kind of like making this tower crumble up in itself. And the Tower can also be kind of a phallic card too. So, I mean, it's like the release. I don't believe for most of you it's like that in this reading though. Because like she's like upside down, but I kind of feel like almost like she, in this card, in this specific deck, it almost looks like she blends in with it. Like she just looks like painting on the tower or something. Like she doesn't really look like her own identity. I mean, and that might be part of it. That might be part of it, to where some of you are dealing with either you or somebody else, where when this blows up, when this happens, one of you lose your identity, or one of you fall and feel like you become completely not submissive, but vulnerable to the whole everything happening. And it could be you, it could just be feminine energies, because there's so much masculine energy going forward of just, let's do this, get it done, do everything. And you feel like some of the feminine energy might be lost or become vulnerable to being lost. Or, and in regard to, I mean, I feel like with the jumping on the corner thing, it's like corner is like an edge. So it's like you're like right at the edge, but there's an element of like, it's not trying to jump off it. But when you do jump, when you do take those actions, you start realizing that you're not in sync. What you're resting on doesn't really go at the same vibration and the same, not speed, but kind of as you. And so it's like, as you start deciding to take these actions, this crumbles. And it might not be crumbling because you're taking the actions. It's just what's there, or what was already fragile, is starting to show when this happens. So some of you guys are coming to that place to where it's really a matter of, yeah. And it's funny, it's like there's like this board here, and it made me think of that thing that you're jumping on. I mean, this isn't it, but it's just like, it's... And what's funny is he's like gung-ho, like, let's do this, let's do this. But he's not facing this, so he's not really seeing the wreck behind him. He's just going forward. And then this one's just focusing on what he has at hand, what they have at hand. So nobody's really seeing this. And nobody's seeing, like, nobody's understanding that this is what's happening to this character. So some of you, this might be, I mean, Magician, Tower, Wands. So some of you, this might be a relationship situation. It might be a sexual thing. Like maybe some of you guys are, you know, wanting to take actions and, you know, in this relationship or in this connection. And it might be too much for what you've built. And it's not because what you've built is bad, but it's not the same speed as this. So it's like, it's really a matter of asking yourself, is this something, is it so bad if this falls? And if it does fall, shouldn't you be more like seeing that it falls? Like, shouldn't you be more aware of it? I just feel like there's something, what is the word? Not ignorant, but it's like ignorant. I don't know what the word is right now. But there's something like that about it where it's like they don't even notice that that's what's happening. And I feel like that's kind of a bad thing, because it's one thing if something falls and everything's like, and everybody, you know, involved is saying, okay, well, I understand this is what's going to happen and I'm going to take responsibility, or, you know, I'm taking these actions regardless, knowing. That's, you know, understanding the repercussions. But this isn't really even understanding or caring about the repercussions. So a lot of this, like, I don't feel like for a lot of you this is a healthy place to be, because that energy of letting it fall but not being ready for the new thing, that's almost what it is. Like when this falls, when the tower falls and the tower crumbles, something new comes. But this is fallen, like everyone's fallen, and like no one even knows that anything new is going to happen. Everyone's like, they're in their own head, not own head, but like, you know, in their own, not vices, but, you know, trying to do things in their own power. And then this one's trying to do things in their own power. And no one's really aware of each other. None of them. Like this one's not looking at this one. This one isn't even looking at them. This is only looking up. And this isn't looking at them. Like no one's looking at each other. Oblivious, that's the word, not ignorant. So that's what I'm saying. Everyone is like oblivious of this destruction. And I feel like that's not as healthy as if you were understanding that there's destruction there happening and it's going to happen, but then taking a conscious step forward, or taking a step, be like, okay, this is, you know, what I'm choosing. And I don't feel like in this situation, for some of you, this is what's causing this tower, and a lot of you may be even oblivious that that's what's causing it. And that, like I said, this isn't necessarily a good thing. Like, that tower might need to crumble, but there's also more heart that can be here instead of just pure action. It just feels like there's a lot of action, and we'll deal with the consequences later. Or we might not even be aware that there's consequences, or even admit that there will be. You know, and that's what I feel like for some of you guys. Like, that's where the warning is. Like, really, if you're running away and not looking at what's happening, and if you're purposely running, going so fast so that you don't have to look, then there's a problem. But if you can actually look what's happening and still go leave, then that's different. Like, you have to make decisions not out of fear and not out of not ignorance. Oh my God, why did I forget the word again? Obliviousness. Oblivion. Like, your decisions can't be made out of a one-track mind of, okay, I got everything now, so I can do everything, and just this. You have to still be able to see what's crumbling and be okay with that, and then continue to your decisions, if that's supposed to happen. I just feel like that, yeah, that's just what I feel with that. It's just, yeah, not to be too hasty. Like, you might have everything, but if you have everything, aren't you going to still have it? Like, do you really need to go this fast at things? Fast away, fast to where things crumble? I almost feel like this one was like a guard. Not a guard, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like this happened also because this one left. And some of you guys might feel that way, that everything is crumbling right now because this might be what you're telling yourself, because you have quit holding things up. And so serves it right. Like, fine, whatever, I'm done. And like I said, that's okay. As long as you're not like running, as long as you don't have malice in your heart, as long as you don't have fear, as long as you can actually look at it full-heartedly and say, no, I was done with that season. We're done. Let's go forward. You know what I mean? You have to be honest with yourself. Let me see which one. I want to do Earth Wisdom first. What messages, Spirit, God, Universe, do you have for Virgos for the month of April? Messages for Virgos for the month of April. Messages for Virgos. Especially in regards to the vision and everything so far. Let's just do one card. Responsibility, there you go. So if you're running away and you're like, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with it. You're scared. Like, you're not taking responsibility for your actions. Like I said, it's not saying your actions are wrong. You might be needing to leave this. But if you're going in a fear mentality or just trying to be oblivious or ignorant to the destruction that's happening when this energy comes in, when you operate in this, and this might be you and the other person you're with, could be a relationship situation, could be, you know, even a business situation. Like when you're doing this and doing this, like it could be crushing the business, and like, you know, there's so many different situations. But for some of you, like, yeah, it's a matter of taking responsibility for your actions, knowing, being mindful that when I do this, this is what's happening. Or when we do this together, this is what's happening. Are we really okay with that? As long as you come to an agreement or an understanding in yourself that that is what you're okay with, then go forward. But don't go in this hasty attitude. Hasty, and because I have everything in front of me now, so now I'm going to just go. You know? So some of you, this is 2 different people, and some of you, this is your energy, and this is what you've been operating in, the combination of that. And that's what's happening because of it, because it's just squeezing it. But yeah, it's a responsibility, being able to look. She's like looking in there. I mean, there's 2 different fields or whatever there. And this idea of responsibility, like you need to be willing to see just outside of your environment and see there, and see like what you're leaving, what you're going to, what you're causing, what you might have a hand in causing. Just take responsibility for your actions. And like I said, that doesn't mean your actions are wrong. Your actions might be correct, but just understand the volume of the effects on stuff that might be happening because of them. And again, like I said, they might be warranted. Just don't do anything out of fear or out of malice and wanting to be oblivious, because that will set you up for future negativity and creating the same patterns that you're running away from in the first place. Spirit God Universe, what do you have for Virgos for the month of April? Virgos for the month of April, what do they need to hear, especially in regards to the message so far? What does Virgo need to hear for the month of April in regards to the message so far? What? Really? Again? Sorry, it was my phone ringing. I'm just going to pull the first card. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I mean, this is saying in romantic feelings, but yeah, I mean, for some of you, it's, okay, don't run too quickly, and maybe something's got too hot or too heavy or too real, and you're not exploring, like, the actual depths of things, and you're just trying to run away. For others of you, it's a matter of your feelings are real and worth exploring, that instead of just running away because you don't want to feel the pain, you need to actually take responsibility for it, sit in your feelings, you know, explore them, admit them to yourself, everything, and then make your decisions forward, you know, as to what you're doing. But regardless, yeah, you don't run away from your feelings. That's what you can't do that in this situation, because that's what I'm seeing. There's just a full running away, or that attitude, that feeling toward that's what happens because of it. I hope that resonated for you guys. Let me know in the comments what did and didn't. You know, please remember, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, my intention is for these readings to be for you to receive and get these readings right when you need them. So if you get this and it's May or June, hey, maybe that's when you need it. If you don't get anything now, but then 2 months down the road, hey, it suddenly hits you. That's what she was saying, talking about me, you know, then that's what's meant to be. Either way, I just hope it helps you, helps shed light on things. And there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. Yeah, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. I will see you next time.